to Paddling Adventures Radio. I'm Sean Rowley, and with me is Derek Specht.
Hello.
Derek, you're back.
I am back.
Amongst the land of the living.
Yes.
So
barely.
Unfortunately, whoever was hoping to have your job can't have it.
They can still have it.
You're selling your position. That's what you should do, eh? Do us for a charity. Rent out your spot.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We're raising money for Derek's new 17-foot canoe. If you want to co-host a show, it'll only cost you $500.
I'd pay somebody to do this for me.
Well, that's not going to get you a canoe very fast now, is it?
No, it's not.
We will trade a 17-foot canoe for a chance to take Derek's spot for a week.
There you go.
That's awesome. How was your trip?
It was good. So, did we cover what the trip was?
You were taking a motorbike trip out east.
Out east, yes. It was a good trip. It was one of the main drawbacks of the trip. It was a fun trip, but it was hot. And typically, traditionally, motorcycles do not have air conditioning. See,
and that's what we had that conversation is when I used to ride motorcycles, everybody, oh, the wind just blowing through your hair must cool you right down. No, it's like a blast furnace.
You're on tarmac all the time.
Take hot air and blast it in your face. Ride in your car with a hairdryer blowing at you full blast.
It's not like you're riding down the road over a nice plush grass that
speed does not cool the air.
No, it doesn't. No.
And of course, you guys are in your full riding gear too, right?
Well, no, we couldn't. It was too hot.
I am when it's weather like that, very pro nude rider. Starkers all the way. Yeah. What happens, happens.
I ended up
sunburn.
I have a nice perforated jacket that I wear all the time because I had a choice. If I could take off my perforated jacket, which is pretty good. I could take it off, but then if I took it off, I'd have to put on suntan lotion because I didn't want to get sunburned. Because if you're going to be on the bike in the sun for like 6-8 hours a day, you're going to get toasted. So I thought, you know what? I'd prefer not to put suntan lotion on. I'll just wear the jacket. I think there was just one day for about an hour and a half where I was in a t-shirt. All the rest of the time I had the jacket on. It's safer.
Back in the day, that was with us too. I don't know. I haven't ridden a bike in a number of years now, but that was it. Whenever you're going on a road trip, you always had the leather jacket. You had a good pair of boots. And, I see guys that, I'm in a cut off tank top t-shirt and a pair of shorts. One wipeout, dude, and you are toast.
We saw quite a few people in shorts and sandals on bikes.
I could never get the sandal thing.
Yeah.
I just, when you're flipping gears with your foot. Even, right?
Yeah. The whole time I had a pair of steel-toed high ankle boots and jeans. I always wore the jeans. And sometimes I wore the like a protective pair of pants. And only one day for an hour and a half, I went without the jacket. But the jacket's like a fabric Kevlar, interwoven, whatever. It's a really good riding jacket, and it's all perforated. It's like mesh.
Right.
It's like one of those it's kind of like one of those t-shirts, the mesh t-shirts you used to get in the 80s.
And then you get a sunburn, you take your shirt off and add all the little dots.
This has
over.
2 layers with elbow padding, spinal padding, shoulder padding, and stuff. So I think it would have been cooler if I had the padding out, but
it becomes, guy cut me right up, pulled straight out in front of me. I had to dump my bike.
Oh.
And my bike ended up wedged under his drunk driver. Pulled straight out in front of me. And my bike ended up wedged under his car.
Oh, wow.
Helmet.
All scuffed.
Like gouges. And if I hadn't been wearing my riding gear, I would have been road rash all over. It's not so much you have to worry about, it's others that aren't looking for. But you're in a group of 5, though. So
we're a group of 5, so we had a presence. And we're a group of 5 on the way down. We're a group of 4 on the way back. One of the bikes broke down and couldn't get parts, so he flew home and shipped his bike by freight back here to Durham region.
Jeez, that must be pricey.
Yeah, I think the flight was $200. I think he went Porter, and the shipping of the bike was like $1,000 plus tax.
See, you should have called me. I would have driven out for half that price. Put it in the back of my truck and driven him home.
Well, he had considered coming back down this weekend coming and picking up the bike, and he thought, you know what, all the gas and this, that, the other thing, and the pain in the butt of it, he spend the money and have somebody ship it up to him.
That sucks.
So he blew a fork on his bike, and so he paid overnight shipping to get it in the next day, and they lost it. So they're trying to figure out how to get him his overnight shipping back, because the fork is still not in. He's still waiting for it. They're going to ship it. He said, don't install the fork, and when you get it in, just put it in the box with the rest of the bike, and I'll get it installed back home. So when the part shows up, they're going to ship the bike. Yeah, $200 overnight shipping.
So everybody had a great time except for
John.
You can't laugh at other people's misfortune.
When he stopped, he says, "Yeah, I need to go to the Harley dealership." We said, at first we were starting to say, what happened to you? His fork seals had blown, and from head to toe on his right side, his boots, his pants, his jacket, his face, his sunglasses, his helmet, it was oil spray, because it popped and sprayed with the wind as he was riding, right?
Awesome. That stuff's not easy to get off either.
No, it was all down the side of his bike. It smelled too bad. It smelled really bad on the hot pipes too. So,
oh well. But you went up and around through Cape Breton,
the Cabot Trail, Nova Scotia, Halifax. We didn't make it because of the bike breakdown and the waiting on parts. There's a lot of rides. We're going to do Peggy's Cove and Lunenburg and stuff like that, but we ended up not.
Oh, you didn't even get out to there, right?
No. Went out near Digby and Cornwallis, the old basic training base. Yep. So we did. I did get to go out and see that, but for the most part, it was. We decided, we'll hang out, whatever. Wait for the parts, because the parts were on. Here it comes. The parts are in today. Okay, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow.
Overnight shipping. Yeah. Didn't say which night.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. You didn't get up Mount Washington?
No. So that was one of the goals. But on the way down to the East Coast, the weather was bad. So it would have been in clouds. You couldn't see anything if you went up. Mm-hmm. And on the way back, it was like 30 degrees. And we were stopping pretty much every hour looking for an air-conditioned Tim Hortons to have an ice cap in, or have an ice cream cone or something, right? So we found a lot of McDonald's to have ice cream and a lot of Tim Hortons to have ice caps. Stopping every hour on the way back. It was like brutal hot. So hot. Yeah, my legs are swollen.
Water retention?
I'm retaining water on my legs.
Well, that's it. You haven't driven that new bike very much.
Yeah, well, it's new to me, but it's a 2008 Honda VTX, and it's a nice bike. Lots of power, but...
just need a new seat.
I need new seats. Very
or you need more thigh gap.
Yes, something like that. I need a bigger butt.
He needs a bigger butt.
But yeah, it was nice. The bike's nice. Everything worked out. For the most part, it worked out great. Not for John, but and my bike didn't break down. My bike ran like perfect.
All you can hope for.
I think we put on. I haven't tallied it up because my daily trips. I haven't done the math, but I think we did over 5,000 kilometers.
Yeah, easy enough to do.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing like pretty much all of Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You didn't get down to Maine.
Did not get down to Maine. No. I ruined your segue.
You ruined my segue. I had a whole thing set up. Speaking about Maine, but no, you totally blew it because you went off course. You didn't do your proper trip. You've messed up the show. I'm out of here. See ya.
It's blame the weather.
Blame the weather. You guys are sounding like a bunch of grumpy old men.
Yeah.
I got a hangnail.
It was hot and dry in the Maritimes, and it was rainy and wet here.
Oh, the humidity here has been awful.
Yeah.
Absolutely awful. I don't mind the heat, but when you got to swim to work or that sort of deal, it's just like, it's brutal. You get outside and you're just like,
yeah.
Nothing like having a shower in the morning to go to work. And by the time you get to work, you're like, I didn't even need a shower. Like, why'd I bother?
Did I dry off? Did I forget to dry myself off? What's going on?
I'm not a big one of using my air conditioner in the truck.
Yeah.
I prefer to have my windows down.
Mm-hmm.
But I've used it, I think, twice.
Yeah.
Already, yeah, this year. Which is probably twice as many times I used it last year.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking about Maine.
Yes.
A Maine woman is in custody following a spree of alleged crimes.
They always have to say alleged.
Alleged.
They caught her red-handed.
Until proven guilty. Guilty until proven innocent? Yeah. 30-year-old Maine woman was taken into custody after police say she caused thousands in damage and allegedly stole a canoe.
That's the connection to us.
That's the connection to us. Police responded to investigate reports of apparent property damage in the vicinity of the Rockland, Maine public landing. Officers found McDonald just offshore in the canoe, but say they started talking with her. She got in the water, stripped naked, got on a nearby lobster boat, trying to steal it.
This canoe was not doing it.
This totally went total left field. Report indicates that officers investigating the matter have tied the woman to nearly $10,000 in damage done at the boat landing, including smashed windows and parked cars in the area. Following her arrest, she was taken to Penn Bay Medical Center for a brief evaluation. Following her visit to the hospital, she was subsequently charged with several crimes, including theft, criminal mischief, aggravated criminal mischief, violation of condition of release.
So she'd already been in trouble before.
Yeah, but wouldn't she have been charged with public nudity?
I don't know. Maybe they decided just to charge her with the ones. I don't know.
They probably, wait a minute, is she really get naked and stealing a boat?
Yeah, the public indecency and public nudity might be a waste of time crime. But they have evidence of it.
Might as well pile it on.
It's a slam dunk.
Right? Yeah. Was she naked? Yes. Was she in public? Yes. All right. Guilty.
Yeah. You have it on body cam? Yes.
Yes.
Can I see the body cam?
Go to Pornhub. Oh, it's one of those things you're going across the internet and that's like,
What the
Wait
heck?
a minute.
What the heck did I just find?
Women strips naked and steals boat. What?
Yeah. Well, she almost stole two boats.
Well, she stole a canoe.
She did steal a canoe and then tried to
steal a lobster boat. Like, where are you going in that? 'Cause, I got to think a police vessel would be able to outrun a lobster boat.
You would think.
I mean, I'm not a lobster fisherman, but, you got to think.
I'm sure they would get Coast Guard involved pretty quick.
Right?
Yeah. A couple shots across the bow. Lady! Pull over. Put some on.
Hey, John, where's your boat? I don't know. Some naked chick stole it.
She sounds like she'd be fun at a party.
Right? Maybe too fun some days. Oh, good times. Lock and Paddle is this weekend. Are you going? Have you decided yet?
Is
July 20th. It's Saturday, July 20th.
Is Sierra McDonald going to be there?
I don't know. She got to have a lobster boat? She might be there if you got a lobster boat. She might try to steal your canoe.
Yes, so the Lock and Paddle is this weekend. I don't think I'm going to be there. I haven't decided yet. Probably not.
If I can get the time, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
We are so busy right now getting Ariana's. She goes in like 2 weeks.
I know. I was talking
getting
to her.
All the stuff back to get to all packed up and looking at how much. I had our guy there at work, our shipper, saying, okay, if I want to ship a 10-pound box this size by this size to, and it wouldn't even be 10 pounds, but like, I need to ship this. So it's like her winter jacket.
Exactly.
A few other things. If I want to mail, UPS that on our company discount to Japan, here's the address. Can you get me an estimate? Yeah. Like $600.
What?
Yeah. It's not cheap.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. She better be wearing that winter jacket on the plane.
So that seems like a lot.
Right? But it's UPS. It's Hokkaido, which is way north. And
what if you just do it Canada Post?
Yeah, like a month.
That's fine.
It's a whole time thing.
But she's like 2 months away from winter there. They're still in the same hemisphere. Their winters would be the same as us.
But it's going to start getting colder before the snow falls.
Japan does have a lot of skiing, so it would be cold.
Oh, where she is? It's a big ski area.
So it would probably take 4 to 6 weeks for it to get there. I think Canada Post, you'd probably spend 120 and
yeah. Ridiculous. Anyway,
I
am looking at other options too. Yeah. Like taking it there myself, because it probably was the same price.
I had an aunt visiting from Germany, and we went shopping with her, and she found this really nice cheese tray set. And it's like, okay, well, stick it in your checked in luggage. Mm-hmm. She goes, it won't fit. Well, you can't take it in your carry-on. It's got cheese knives in it.
Right? We'll take the cheese knives out, check those in.
So she said, can you ship it for me? It's like, sure, I'll ship it for you. It was over $100 to ship it to Germany. It was like a $35 cheese tray.
Next time you go over and visit, where's a cheese tray? We're having cheese.
I know. The stupid thing was 3 times the cost of the cheese tray and knives. It's like, what am I doing?
Order it on Amazon, Grandma.
I went to the post office and the floor fell right up from me. It's like, how much?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I also use 10 pounds, but it won't be 10 pounds. But
yeah.
So, like I say, I just got our guy at work to give me a quick quote. And he says, well, that's what the computer's showing.
Yeah. So, it might be cheaper to pay the $50 for an extra carry-on baggage.
Well, she already is.
Oh.
She's got like 2 suitcases.
Yeah.
So there's a suitcase, there's a carry-on, and there's a personal.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, between all of that. But we can send suitcases beforehand. Stuff beforehand.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so they give an address. If you want to ship stuff beforehand, ship it to this address.
Yeah.
And when you get here, we'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Sort of deal. But it's just like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so lock and paddle, like I say, if we can get the time to go, we're going to definitely hit that up. It's always a great time. We did the one at night a few years back.
I didn't. I did it once. So it was me, Siobhan, you and Tracy. Who else was there?
Well, that was during the day.
Yes.
Well, it was just a day trip.
Yep.
But it wasn't the lock and paddle.
No, it wasn't lock and paddle. No. It was, but we did that lock.
Yeah, no, it's just us. And your kids.
Yes.
Were there.
I think so, yeah.
Join Parks Canada at this free community paddling event, Parks Day, July 20th. Together, we celebrate the Peterborough Lift Lock National Historic Site. Take a ride to the top. Enjoy a paddle on the waterway alongside hundreds of colorful canoes and kayaks before we pack the world's tallest hydraulic lift lock and send you 65 feet in the air. At the top, take in the spectacular views before being lowered back down to the sounds of music and laughter in the company of new friends and family. Paddlers of all skill levels, backgrounds come together July 20th at 3 participating National Historic Sites in Peterborough, Ottawa, and Montreal. And this is, I think, new that they're doing this. 3 locations.
Mm-hmm.
Special events celebrating our colorful community of paddlers. Lock and paddle will take place Trent Severn Waterway, the Peterborough Lift Lock in Peterborough, Ontario. The Rideau Canal Hartwell's Lock in Ottawa. And Lachine Canal Lock 3 in Montreal. So you can if you go to the Parks Canada thing or just Google it, you'll be able to find information on all of these. Yeah. But the lift lock one here that we're going to, participants enter from the bottom of the Peterborough Lift Lock, ride up and back down. There's no through paddle at the top until the event is complete. So it's 2 tubs, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody gets into one. It lifts to the top while the other one lowers.
Exactly.
Then they fill the bottom one. And it lifts to the top while the other one lowers.
And it's just a
everybody
differential.
Gets out.
It's just gravity differential. Yeah. It's between the 2 lifts. So it's not even machinery involved.
No.
It's all about weight.
Yeah. When the second group comes back down and they exit, then if you want to continue on, you go back in and go to the top and Scooby-Doo along there. Event begins at the lower part of Lock 21, the Peterborough Lift Lock. Do not plan to enter from the upper part. So if you come at it from, I guess that'd be the east?
The upstream.
Or the north? Yeah, you ain't getting in. Mm-hmm. You ain't getting in. We encourage participants to enter the canal from Little Lake. If entering from Little Lake, participants need to paddle through Lock 20 at Ashburnham. Averages an additional 30 to 60 minutes. Then paddle to the Peterborough Lift Lock. which is another 20 minutes. Save time. Participants can portage around Lock 20 before paddling to Lock 21. Rules and requirements. All ages, skill levels welcome. No inflatable vessels, stand-up paddleboards, kayaks, or otherwise. Only canoes.
Oh, no, you can have kayaks, not inflatable kayaks. So they want anything...
inflatable kayaks, you're right. Yeah,
they don't want anything inflatable that could pop a hole and sink, and then somebody's drowning, and it's hard to rescue somebody when they're surrounded by other people in watercraft.
All passengers must wear a PFD in order to participate. Smoke-free, cannabis-free event, alcohol-free event. Pets on boats are not encouraged. Respect your fellow paddlers. So they do have a little frequently asked questions section. Do I need to register for Lock and Paddle? Nope. Participants are not required to register in advance of the event. However, we will have staff on site throughout the event should you have any questions. Once we have to lift lock on our paddle craft, can we get out at the top and keep paddling? Nope. Unlike regular boat travel, this event loads from the bottom of the lift lock, takes you up the ride up, and then lowers back down without any paddle craft exiting the chambers. You'll start and end at the bottom. Can I participate on a stand-up paddleboard? Nope. I got a lot of nope answers here. Stand-up paddleboards are not recommended on the waterway due to increased boat traffic and are prohibited in all locks. Can I participate in an inflatable kayak, canoe, raft, or other inflatable vessel? Nope. Inflatable vessels not allowed. Do we still have to pay lockage fees? Lockage will be free at Lock 20 Ashburnham and Lock 21 Peterborough Lift Lock for all paddling participants of Lock and Paddle on Saturday, July 20th. Where does the event start? And where do I put my vessel in? Lock 21 Peterborough Lift Lock is where it starts. And vessels can be loaded into the water at various locations. There is if you go find out more about this, just Google it, and there's information on where you can put in. Can I park at the Peterborough Lift Lock? There will be no parking, so nope. Only those with accessible parking permits will be accommodated. Can I bring my pet? For safety reasons and comfort of fellow paddlers, we recommend that pets stay on land rather than in your paddlecraft. So it should be a good event. It's been the times we've been, like I say, the night one was preferred. It was a bit cooler, and everybody lit up. Yeah, decorated and lit up their boats. So you're going down in the dark and seeing all these lights. And well, it was still light when everybody did the lift lock thing. But by the time everybody was out, there was enough darkness that everything is, and then it gets dark pretty quickly. So by the time you're paddling back to where your vehicle was, it's dark, and all you see is all these boats covered in lights. It was pretty cool. Very cool. So if we can swing it, I'm going to head out to the Lock and Paddle this weekend and check it out. So my kayak is a Wilderness Systems.
Yes.
But it's not a fishing kayak.
Yeah.
So, I use my
Yours is
canoe.
I guess a lake kayak or traditionally a sea kayak.
Yeah. So Wilderness Systems has a kayak crate. Apparently, it's a must-have accessory for any angler looking to enhance their kayaking experience. Versatile crate offers ample storage and convenience, making it an essential addition to your gear. With a rating of 4.6 out of 5 from over 600 reviews, the Wilderness Systems Kayak Krate has garnered significant praise. The large main compartment and additional lid storage provide ample space for all your tackle, boxes, and gear. So basically, it's just a square
a big
box with a lid and four rod holders.
Yes.
4 rod holders are incredibly convenient, allowing you to keep your rods secure and easily accessible. Water-resistant design and durable construction ensure your equipment stays dry and safe throughout your trip.
So it's kind of modular, like the different rod holders. Anybody who has ever had a rod holder, it's just a tube that sits on the side of something. But so it's got 4 rod holders, and it's kind of modular, so you could put all 4 on one side if you wanted. So it's kind of neat. And
well, there's 2 on each side, so when it sits behind you, 2 are on one side of your kayak, 2 are on the other side of your kayak, right?
And I've seen it. I've seen different configurations. When I looked it up, I looked at pictures.
That's the way I would have it.
It's like modular. You can switch
2
it
and
around.
2.
Yeah, or 3 and 3 if you buy extra.
If you buy extra. Wilderness Systems Kayak Krate offers a large main compartment that can accommodate a variety of fishing accessories. Spacious storage area is perfect for holding tackle trays. And see, right now, I take my little tackle boxes, those white, clear, see-through tackle boxes. I have a backpack.
Okay.
I put those, because I do all different types of fishing, and not always from a boat. So you throw the backpack on, and you can walk the river, or you throw it in the bottom of your canoe.
Yeah.
Right? And it's easy to throw on when you're portaging, sort of deal. But I've never actually thought about getting a main boat-only sort of thing like this. So spacious storage area is perfect for holding your trays and stuff like that. Compartment is designed to fit 8 standard-sized tackle trays, making it the ideal choice for avid anglers who require ample storage space. And see, I'd be throwing my lunch in there and everything. Right? With its generous capacity, the main compartment allows you to keep all your essential fishing tools organized and within reach. Now, the one thing I did notice is they put it in their tank well at the back. So right behind their seat.
It seems to, I only saw a few designs, but it seems to be a standard tank well on the back of a kayak.
Yeah.
So this thing is designed to fit in. I don't know that it would fit on all kayaks. You'd have to check if you wanted one. You have to make sure that it's compatible. But there seems to be it's a boxy cubby hole container holder. It's like where you put your normal tackle box.
Yeah.
But this one is designed to fit into that.
Yep. And like I say, I mean, it's out of the way back behind you. Yeah. So if you're casting or anything like that in front of you, I mean, that's mainly where you're going to be, just to the side of you or in front of you, right? So it's always, it tends to be in the back there. The crate's design ensures that everything stays securely in place, even during rough water conditions. This feature is particularly beneficial for those who frequently fish in challenging environments. As it helps prevent gear from shifting or getting lost. Additionally, the main compartment's lid serves as extra storage space, providing even more room for your fishing equipment. The lid is easy to open and close thanks to convenient latches, which can be operated with one hand. So you're looking at the videos and stuff, and people are just sort of turning in their because they're in their chair, right? Yeah. So they just turn behind themselves, and they can flip the latches, open the crate, reach in, grab, whatever. Makes accessing your gear a breeze, allowing you to focus on your fishing experience rather than fumbling with your storage crate. The one hand thing is a big deal, because trying to use two hands back there, you're going to end up trying to do it behind your back with your two hands. That's not going to work.
I'd throw my back out.
Yeah. Or the crate. One of the standard features of the crate is its 4 integrated rod holders. These holders are strategically placed to provide easy access to your fishing rods while keeping them secure. Rod holders are designed to accommodate a variety of rod sizes, making them versatile for different fishing setups. Position of the rod holders ensures that your rods are angled backwards, which helps keep them out of the way, reduces the risk of tangling or snagging. Thoughtful design is especially useful when navigating through tight spaces or casting lines. Additionally, the rod holders come with brackets that can raise their position, allowing the crate to fit into narrow tank wells on different kayak models. Adaptability makes the kayak crate a great addition to any fishing setup, providing both convenience and functionality. Rod holders are made from durable materials, ensuring they can withstand the rigors of frequent use and exposure to the elements. This durability means they can rely on Kayak Krate to keep your rod secure and ready for action trip after trip. Now, the thing with the different the rods is, if you're getting into the weeds, you got one rod with one setup.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then we're going to cross the lake. Maybe I'm going to troll as I go across. So you put the one rod in, you grab the second rod. So you're not having to sit and tie a new setup on your rod. Yeah. I mean, when we're on canoe trips, I take one rod.
Yeah, one rod.
And if I want to do into the weeds or anything like that, some shallow stuff, I got to change everything up.
But if you see anybody who does extensive kayak fishing, they have multiple rods set up. And I've seen it so many times where somebody's getting attacked by a shark or a seal's trying to hop on board. There's always like, hey, this guy has 4, 5,
This guy's got 19 rods on his kayak.
Exactly, right?
Just in case. Wilderness Systems Kayak Krate is designed with water resistance in mind. Now, I don't like the word resistant.
Well,
waterproof and water resistant are two totally separate
correct.
things.
So it's going to take rain and splashing, but if water gets into it, it'll drain out because it's resistant. It's not going to fill with water and stay filled.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
It keeps a water-resistant mind, making it an excellent choice for use in wet environments, like fishing on water. Where
would you get a wet environment?
When latched closed, the crate offers a water-resistant seal that helps protect your gear from splashes and rain. Features particularly important for keeping your tackle and other sensitive equipment dry and in good condition. Water-resistant construction of the Kayak Krate ensures that even in adverse weather conditions, your gear remains protected. So, but it doesn't say, so like the rain, the waves splashing, all that. But I'm thinking maybe after a while, if it's submerged, it might start to leak.
Yes. Oh, right? Yeah.
So that's the only thing I got to think is where the resistance to proof differentiates on something like this. Krate's ability to keep water out also helps prevent rust and corrosion, extending the lifespan of your fishing gear. Moreover, the Krate's water-resistant design is complemented by its durable, blow-molded construction, which adds an extra layer of protection. This robust build ensures that the Krate can handle the demands of outdoor use, providing reliable performance season after season. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It also features universal lash down points, which provide multiple options for securing the crate to your kayak. Now, like I say, this is all geared towards a kayak, but something like that, like if I'm on my solo canoe,
oh yeah,
I would fit right behind. Yeah. I mean, I can lash it down to like my seat and stuff like that, and whatnot behind me. There's a small yoke behind, or a thwart behind me, so I can lash it down into there and do the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not only for it's meant for kayaks, but you can use it.
You could use it if you have a power fishing boat.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a nice rig, and apparently enough people like it. It's like been rated 4.6 out of 5. Yeah. So that's pretty good.
So people are definitely liking it. The lash down points allow you to use bungee cords or straps to keep the crate securely in place, preventing it from shifting during transport or while on the water. This flexibility ensures that the crate can be easily adapted to fit a variety of kayak models and setups. Universal lash down points are strategically positioned to offer maximum stability and security. This means you can confidently navigate through rough waters and make sharp turns without worrying about your crate moving around. And yeah, in a boat, even if like I'm in my Prospector, if I have it in front of me by the thwart sort of deal, it's right there. It's water resistant, like water's not getting in. So if you got water on the bottom of your canoe,
or it's raining,
or it's raining, or whatever, all your stuff is in there. If you have, electronics or something that you don't want getting wet, you could throw them into there. That sort of deal to help out. One of the most convenient features of the Wilderness Systems Kayak Krate is that it requires no assembly. This means you can start using it right out of the box, saving you time and effort. It is especially beneficial for those who want to get out on the water as quickly as possible. No assembly design of the Kayak Krate also ensures that it is easy to set up and use. Simply place it in your kayak's tank well, secure it with the lash down points, and you're ready to go. Hassle-free setup makes the crate an attractive option for anglers of all experience levels, from beginners to seasoned pros. Put it in, strap it down, put your crap in it, put a couple of rods in there, and off you go.
And I've looked online, I've seen a bunch of the pictures, I've read some of the reviews. It's a nice rig. Yeah,
it is. It is. Like I said, I mean, it's a really fancy tackle box.
Yes.
So depending on who you are, I mean, I have a small bag that I strap onto my backpack that I just take. If I'm going backcountry, I don't need a ton of lures and all that sort of stuff. So I got a small thing that I strap onto the back of my pack and my rod. Yeah. But if I'm not going back, or I'm specifically going backcountry to do a bunch of fishing,
this might not be ideal for that.
This might not be ideal for that. So you just take a couple more lures with you and call it a day. But if you are doing a base camp at a drive-in lake, then boom, throw this bad boy in and off you go. Right? But like I say, I mean, this is made for kayaks, but totally canoeable.
Yeah.
The Kayak Krate is constructed using a blow molded process, which results in high, durable, and robust product. Condition method ensures that the crate can withstand the rigors of outdoor use, providing long-lasting performance. Blow molded design creates a strong, impact-resistant structure that can handle bumps, knocks without cracking or breaking. Nothing like dropping something like this and then, because there goes your water resistance too.
Oh, exactly.
Durability is particularly important for anglers who frequently fish in rough or challenging conditions. Blow molded construction also makes the Kayak Krate resistant to UV rays. And if you're out in the sun all the time, that's a big difference. UV rays can help make it brittle, right? It's resistant to UV rays, preventing it from becoming brittle or fading over time. Combination of strength, impact resistance, and UV protection make the Wilderness Systems Kayak Krate a reliable choice for any angler. Whether you're fishing in calm lakes or navigating through turbulent rivers, you can trust that this crate will hold up to the demands of your adventure. This really begins to sound like a challenge.
Yes.
There comes a point where you're just selling it too much. Yeah. And this is becoming a challenge. So where's your crate? See this chunk of plastic? That's all that's left. Challenge accepted. Despite its robust construction, the Wilderness System Kayak Krate is surprisingly lightweight, making it easy to transport and handle, weighing just 10.9 pounds. Crate can be easily carried from your vehicle to your kayak without straining your back or arm. Now, the crate is 11 pounds.
It's got some weight to it.
Not too much weight, but all the crap you stick inside.
It's going to be 30 pounds by the time you're done.
It'll be 30 pounds. Yeah, the front of your kayak's going up. Well, knowing you, there's going to be a charcuterie board in there.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're going to add a few pounds with that sort of stuff. But still, at the end of the day, call it 15, 16 pounds, right? It can be easily carried without straining your back or arms. Portability is the key feature for anglers who need to move their gear over long distances or across uneven terrain. So if you got this thing you got your kayak and everything ready to go down at the water's edge, then you bring this down and throw it in there. It's not like, I don't need to back right up to my kayak to get it from my car with a loader sort of thing and put it in. You're going to be able to walk there. And same, I mean, if you want to go to a different body of water, do a small portage or something, you may have, because you can get a set of wheels for your kayak, and it's not adding that much weight. And if push comes to shove, you take it off, you come back and do a second run, right?
Exactly.
Krate's portability makes it a versatile addition to any fishing setup, as it can be used on different kayaks or boats with ease. Additionally, the crate's compact size ensures that it fits comfortably in most kayak tank wells, providing a snug and secure fit. Now, it's going to fit better in the Wilderness Systems kayaks.
Of course, they're going to design it for their own.
Right.
Yeah.
It's equipped with user-friendly latches that make accessing your gear quick and easy, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Latches are designed to be operated with one hand, allowing you to open and close the crate without having to set down your fishing rod or other equipment. Well, you know what? Like if you got something in it, like I keep them on my life jacket.
Keep what?
I got a zipper forceps.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But if you forget them in the kayak,
you still be able
you can reach around behind when you got that fish on, flip it open, grab your pliers, your forceps, whatever you use, take the hook out, and off you go. You're not having to put everything down.
Yeah.
Fish is flopping everywhere. Yeah. Then there's swear words that happen and things go overboard and it's just a mess. Does that only happen to me?
Yeah, only you. Just you.
Oh, me. These latches are designed, like I say, to use with one hand. You don't have to sit down on your equipment. Convenience is especially important when you're in the middle of a fishing session and need to access your tackle or other gear quickly. Latches are made from durable rubber, which provides a secure and reliable closure. This helps ensure that your gear stays in place and is protected from the elements. Rubber material also makes latches easy to grip when your hands are wet or slippery. So, I mean, you got all slimy from the fish, and then you got to reach back, like I say. Yeah. Some metal ones or some other ones may be finicky and you're slippery because you can't get a good grip. The rubber is great for that. Additionally, the latches are designed to be low profile so they don't get in the way or snag on other equipment, like fishing lines. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You ever snag a fishing line on something in the boat?
Oh,
and then it gets all tangled and then weakens, cuts, breaks.
Or as you cast, it spools off too much. Yada.
Wilderness Systems Kayak Krate offers versatile storage options that cater to a wide range of fishing needs. In addition to the large main compartment and rod holders, the crate features a lid that serves as additional storage space. Lid compartment is perfect for storing smaller items that you need quick access to, such as fishing tools, bait, or a scale. I never weigh my fish. I just guesstimate 3 times what I think it actually is.
But maybe
a 2-pound fish is a 10-pounder. Bet your tongue. It was this big between the eyes. Versatile storage options make it easy to keep your gear organized within reach. Crate's design allows you to customize a storage layout to suit your specific needs. Whether you prefer to carry multiple tackle trays, extra rods, extra fishing accessories, the crate can accommodate your setup. Flexibility is particularly useful for anglers who have varying gear requirements depending on the type of fish they are doing. When you go to these, you see the guys doing the Bass Pro fishing stuff,
big
right?
Time stuff,
In the big Ranger boats and all that. Well, we know that there's the same sort of thing with kayak fishing tournaments.
Yes.
So you got to think those guys are going to have 4 or 5 different rods that they're just going depending on where they're going to be set up for every possible.
They get fanatical.
Yeah. Fanatics, all of them, I tells you. Pros: large main compartment with additional lid storage. Comes with 4 rod holders. Water resistant when latched closed. Cons: relatively expensive. Mm-hmm. What do I say this was? 255 Canadian?
Like that. Yeah, it's not cheap.
I just had it here too. 205 US, 260 Canadian. So, it's not cheap at all. May not fit all kayak models. So you might want to take a couple measurements before you invest in one. Weight could be an issue for some users. 11 pounds plus tackle and stuff that's in there.
It gets pretty heavy.
It can get heavy depending on what you're putting in there. So, Wilderness Systems Kayak Krate is a game changer for kayak fishing. Its thoughtful design and practical features make it an invaluable asset for any angler. Whether you're a seasoned fisherman or just starting, this kayak crate will enhance your fishing experience, keep your gear organized and protected. Highly recommended.
If I had a sit on top fishing kayak,
I would definitely have something like this.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect. I mean, if you're that into fishing from your kayak, where you're fanatical about that sort of deal, this is like right up your alley. Mm-hmm. And there is a few features on there I do like I say with the
rod holders,
the lid storage, the rubber latches, as opposed to something that's going to be slippery and cause you to swear loudly. Eventually grab it and just toss it out. I'm done fishing. I don't need to fish anymore.
I'm not fishing ever again. Oh, what have I done?
Oh, no. So how did your new box work out? I'm not going to talk about it. Needless to say, I don't have one anymore. Nor do I have the 4 fishing poles that were still stuck in it. But boy, did it get some good hang time. So check that one out. Wilderness Systems, the Kayak Krate. Pricey, but you know what? If you're right into that, Holds 29 liters. It's 13 and a quarter inches high, 12 and a quarter wide, and 18 inches deep. If you're that into fishing, man, something like this is perfect.
Could be ideal.
Yep. So check that out. There is a fella.
Is there?
There is, over in Scotland.
Oh, yes.
So we actually saw, and I believe it may have been one of his first attempts. He put pedals in a canoe and these big board things like paddles at the back.
We covered something like this before.
So there was something like that. I think we put a post on our social media there. I think this would be a good year, almost 2 years ago. We saw that.
Yep.
But yeah, he's just laying back in his canoe, nice seat, just laying back, pedaling, and just motoring along.
Yeah.
So a man is traveling the width of Scotland and back in a hand-built bicycle canoe.
And we're talking a complete morphology here.
He's gone from a canoe to a paddle canoe to a bike paddling canoe.
Yeah.
Ben Kilner. And I do believe he was a Olympic snowboarder for the UK.
Oh, yeah?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah. He spent 2 months making a unique contraption to take on more than 150 miles of land and sea. Starting from Fort William, Ben will paddle to Inverness along the Caledonian Canal before turning around and cycling back on land along the Great Glen Way. Aims to raise money for the charity A Leg to Stand On, which provides prosthetic limbs for children in developing countries across the world. Idea was born after Ben, who previously paddled down the River Thames in a hand-built canoe, was unable to walk for several days after the camping trip. It was deeply upsetting and highlighted how much I rely on my mobility and how much we take it for granted, he says. Ben, who's been sharing his progress on social media with his 700,000 followers, integrated 3 bikes into his design. He says, the canoe is a skin-on frame canoe made from Douglas fir and steam-bent green oak with a ballistic nylon skin stretched over it. The reason for going with that design was because it was super lightweight and also something I can build myself relatively easily. Seems to work well, and it should hopefully carry me across the width of Scotland and back in one piece. Now, I know he's built the boat like that before from plywood.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and we've seen Mike Burns. He does these skin-on frame.
Fantastic boats, yeah.
Yeah. So, basically what this thing is, and there's pictures online. If you Google Ben Kilner, Kilner, you'll see these boats that he does. Go to social media and Instagram. He's got videos and stuff like that. He basically sits or lays back a bit in the canoe and pedals instead of paddling.
Yeah.
The pedals operate 2 paddles at the back of the canoe, propelling him forward. And I guess there's a string to operate a rudder.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's a front rudder.
No, there's a back rudder.
Oh, it's a back rudder.
The back rudder.
Okay.
So then when it gets to land, the front wheel, which is fixed on the front with like the front of a bike with the 2 handles, he's got 2 strings attached to the handles that he uses when he's on land, and just behind him, sort of just to the side behind him, 2 wheels drop down,
and latch into place,
and engage the pedal system. So instead of the big duck feet looking things that are in the water, the wheels start turning when he pedals. Yeah. So he can go on land as well. This is awesome. I want one of these now, right?
It's a neat design.
So you know those bikes people, you see those, I mean, for the longest time it was just these yuppie, gotta stay in shape kind of guys that these long bikes that they just laid back on.
Oh yeah.
And their feet were out and they'd pedal and they were very low to the ground. Yeah. Right? Sort of like, and then they turned into these...
A recumbent bike.
Is that what that's called? And they started getting into this solar-powered sort of looking... Yeah. Same sort of thing, but they're big body around them. Anyway, that's what it looks like he's doing that, but with a canoe built around the bike.
Yeah.
Right? He says it'll probably take about 5 days in water mode to get across the width of Scotland and about 4 days back across. Total will be about 150-mile round trip. That's it? I thought it was bigger.
Scotland's not that big.
Apparently not. One of the great things about Scotland is that you're allowed to wild camp, whereas the rest of the UK you're not. So I'll be wild camping the whole way. Biggest challenge will be the wind and stability. Canoe has a single hull and would ideally have a low center of gravity. I sat quite high up along with the pedal paddle bike mechanism, so it's pretty tippy. I think stability will be a challenge. Also, because canoes have quite high sides, the wind can catch the sides and knock you off course. Find out more about the fundraiser or to donate, go to www.benkilner.com. And like I say, if you Google his name, Ben Kilner, Kilner, you'll get to his website, or you can check out his Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and you can check out you can check out the bike and everything.
It's a very cool design.
It really is. So, good luck to him. Hope he has, hope he has a blast, and I hope it all works out. Because, it's a pretty neat design.
So hopefully it does work out, but it's a complicated design, so you can see it's like, I might have a few problems. I might have to do a couple repairs along the way.
Well, hopefully he's got somebody in a car that's easy enough to, hey, I'm going to stick all these bits and pieces and tools in your car, and if I call you, show up.
I need one of these things.
Yeah, I need a new wheel.
Yeah.
I saw a article from the Ottawa Citizen, believe it or not, and it really, part of me thinks this is a sad state of affairs.
Yep.
Part of me thinks it's like pretty cool idea, and part of me is like, I can't believe more people haven't done this.
Yeah.
And if they are, I don't know. I have never seen anything about them. So Bruce Deachman wrote this article. And he says, Frances de Silva almost jumped down my throat when I asked her how she got her canoe, suggesting that if I were talking to someone else, someone of means, I would have first asked where they got it, not how. My question, she implied, was basically about how a homeless person could possibly be in possession of a canoe.
She was being defensive. So I don't think he meant it that way. But
well, he says, which I confess was pretty much true, although what I really wanted to know was why she was living in one and whether there was a way to help her into being into a more stable housing. Like I say, I mean, it's a pretty sad state of affairs that, the homeless people are having to resort to whatever they can to live.
To make ends meet, to do what you need to do.
Figuring out how many people in Ottawa are homeless and living rough at any given moment is an imprecise science, but in a recent city estimate, put it in the neighborhood of 260 people. That seems kind of low.
Yeah.
For a city the size of Ottawa?
Yeah.
Yeah. The 60-year-old Silva may be the only one living in a canoe. She named hers Our Boat. The other part of the Our, referring to her daughter who doesn't live in Ottawa and has called the Rideau Canal home since late May when, following a severe thunderstorm, the dogs took down the tarp she is living under a thicketed area at Lansdowne Park.
Yeah.
The dogs being...
the police.
The authorities, yeah. This was before we return to the canoe bearer's explanation. De Silva speaks lucidly about her reality often doesn't match mine. She believes, for example, that tracking microchips are inserted in our bodies via vaccines, theory which I don't subscribe. She also breaks down much of the world's populace into two groups, the dogs, or those who have power and criminal intentions, and the bones, who have neither. Many people, she said, are both. I'm a homeless Canadian and poor. I am a bone and the dogs are after me. This belief consumes much of her thought and actions. I can see her point on that. It's the haves and the have-nots, right?
Yep.
So a square stern aluminum canoe purchased at Laurentian Marine Sales with help from her daughter and her daughter's father is now her home. She typically moors it under a tree not far from Patterson Creek, a yellow rope tethering it to the canal's railing. If it rains too much for the tree to provide adequate shield, she'll paddle to shelter under Pretoria Bridge. Green tarp draped over the canoe. Meanwhile, keeps her belongings dry, including clothing, food, cigarettes, her phone, water bottle, spray can of Lysol, bar of soap, identification, yellow plastic raincoat. Charges her phone at Lansdowne Park. Is that not where the Red Blacks play?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, Ottawa Red Blacks. Or the nearby McDonald's, where she also washes. She arranges her diet so she won't need to use the toilet in the middle of the night. Receives Ontario Works benefit of approximately $340 a month. Like, I don't know how there's not little... Like, you see them in the parks with the tents and everything. But I'd figure if you're on a lakefront that maybe people would be getting together and make a little rafting homeless community. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm surprised that has not happened.
I know, actually, yeah. If you get somebody with a little more... Because it is a precarious situation to be out on the water, living on the water.
Mm-hmm. But you see everybody, you know, like, I mean, the homeless people that... I think there's 2 of them in Ajax here. Mm-hmm. They've got their shopping carts just loaded. But you got to be thinking, like, something like a canoe would hold.
Oh, yeah. It would hold all that freight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
De Silva arrived in Ottawa about a year and a half ago from Montreal and before that Toronto, cities where she says it is far more difficult to be homeless than here because of the dogs, the people, who threaten and intimidate the homeless, some even posing as homeless people themselves. Why a canoe? She explained that after her shelter at Lansdowne, where she camped throughout the winter, was destroyed, she decided to move to some slightly more secluded wooded spot. She firmly believes that being outdoors is healthier for her than being inside. However, she still needs some conveniences, such as a place to charge her phone. A boat, she felt, made sense, not simply for the mobility, but for security. Like most homeless people I've spoken with, De Silva finds shelters unsafe. That's been something that we've heard about through the news for years.
Yeah. You have a lot of at-risk people under one roof. It can get sketchy.
She has an appointment next week with a social worker. After that, she hopes to find a route to relocate to the Rideau River. She says, I like being on the boat. It's very good sleep. It's comforting. It's actually very healing. This is the best place for me right now. The last sentence and the realization that, yes, she probably knows what's best for her struck a chord in me. Coincidentally, as we spoke, a Glebe resident, there's an area called the Glebe in Ottawa.
Okay.
So a Glebe resident approached one of many who regularly stop and chat, she said. Jack Hainan is a counselor and trainer with an interest in consciousness and has spoken with De Silva on numerous occasions over the last few months. He described her as an amazing representative of people who are survivors. It's fascinating to realize that what keeps her going is her inner awareness. There's a richness within her that says, I'm an independent soul. I have my own story as I look at life. As I listened to De Silva, I came to a better understanding the complexity of homelessness and the multi-headed hydra that is its solution, if such a thing exists. No one should have to endure an Ottawa winter on the street, but our conversation convinced me that before we drop our own templates of what we think is best for people in her or other situations, we need to better understand their stories and what they want from their lives. The homeless have increasingly been invited to take part in discussions about matters that affect them. We need to help them do that more often. All De Silva wants is to feel safe and live for another 60 years, which would put her at 120. Hey, what can you say? Officials, she said, have offered her housing options in the past, but she's repeatedly declined them. I say no every time because I know what's going to happen. They're going to put me in a worse situation than I was in. I'm never going to stay inside much, and that's a difficult for society. I just want to stay outside without having to run from the dogs. So a canoe is her safety. Mm-hmm. It's her home.
It's easy. It's
right?
It's mobile.
Mobile.
Yeah.
Right.
It's somewhat secure, so it's all self-contained.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's like somebody living at a couple shop cars downtown, but hers is on the water.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I say, I came across this article. I'm thinking, I don't know why more people haven't
come up with that idea.
Come up with that sort of, because I mean, you can go almost anywhere.
And you're not taking up a chunk of property on land, so there's less chance of the police coming in and making you move along, right?
Well, if you're moored to the side somewhere out of the way, as opposed to, like, I mean, Lansdowne Park is huge. I mean, it's big public. Yeah. And when you get Tent City there.
Yeah.
But if you're down at the lakeshore out of the way, you know, people aren't driving by and being able to see somebody on the shore sort of thing, you're out of the way, then I don't know why more people haven't, or maybe they are doing it, we just...
Yeah, maybe
it's not made public and we're not seeing it. Right?
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I thought that was very interesting. Like I say, she's taken a canoe to make her home. That's all I got.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add to that either. It is an interesting concept though, like living on a... It reminds me of a few years back. I came across the guy. He wrote his own book and yada, yada, yada. But anyways... I can't for the life of me. I've been trying to remember his name. Richard something. Anyways, I came across him. I found a canoe on shore filled with gear, and it's like, did this wash ashore? Did what happened here? This is what happened. Where did this gear, this equipment come from? Right? And I ended up walking ways into the woods. It was near a yacht club down in Whitby. And I managed to locate the guy. I said, hey, just checking in. Like, is that your canoe with all the gear on it on the beach? He says, yeah, that's mine. So it was interesting. He was living out of a canoe, but he was sleeping on land. He would sleep on beaches, sleep in the woods along shorelines and stuff like that. And his canoe was chock full. So that was interesting. So he's sort of the same situation, but he's not sleeping in the boat. This woman sleeps in the boat.
Yes.
But this guy, he would just pitch tent in the woods on shore. He'd be moving along constantly, only in the summer months and whatever.
Well, and that's it. I mean, you can go from place to place to place. I think that's the big thing people have the problem with the homeless, is that they're in the same place, right out in public, where everybody can see. And it's like, well, you know what? They got to go somewhere. Yeah. Like, you know what? I mean, as they say, there, but for the grace of God, go I. You know, I mean, it could be any one of us, right, these days. So, yeah, it's neat to see that people can take a canoe and live out of it. So, anything else? No, I'm actually trying to find the guy. You're trying to find the guy. It wasn't that book. It's a self-printing book. But okay, no, this is I have a copy of that book somewhere around here. I had too many books on my bookshelf. I got a whole crap load of them on the floor. I went to Kevin Callan's book sale. I went to his garage sale. Oh, yeah. I got so many books. Oh, did you? Yeah. You know what cool one I got? This one here. Bill Mason, His Camera, the Land, and Its Creatures. National Film Board of Canada. It's just a little pamphlet about his films and who he was and stuff. Neat. Like, you're not going to find this anywhere. Right? It's very unique. Very. But, I got a lot of... There's a couple here that Kevin Callan said, oh, here, you take them. Yeah, take the... You want to read this. You want to read this. You want to read this. Dude. So, I got a new paddle for Tracy. Yep. A couple of paddle hangers. I got a char cloth canister there. Oh, nice. Right? I got a ton of books. So I go and hand him $80. You don't owe me that much money. Oh, yes, I do. My truck was filled with stuff. But there was, it was fast. It was like done in like an hour and a half sort of deal. Well, somebody of his caliber, if he's going to be selling off gear, people are going to be interested. Yeah. So there's somebody actually had come down after everything was done. Yeah. And they said, I was kind of hoping you'd have one of your canoe routes at Killarney books left. Well, guess who scooped that? So I just went to the truck, and I'm like, this one? And he goes, yeah. And there you go, buddy.
Oh.
So, yeah. I have his first edition. I think this was the second edition he wanted. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Go to town. I know where I can get another one. I asked him, is that autographed? And he looks, no. Good. It's not worth as much. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. Like I said, I got a ton of books here that, well, it's let you read them, but we all know where that go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. And he's got himself that Novacraft 14-foot solo. Nice, light.
Yes.
Reminds me of my Osprey.
It's a nice canoe.
So he's going out. He took it out with Angel, and he's going on another camping trip, I think, without Angel. Mm-hmm. So I said, when you do that, we'll get him on here maybe next week and see what he thinks of the Novacraft.
Yeah, I'd be interested to hear.
Yeah. So, alrighty. So if you want to find out more about us, you can find us at paddlingadventuresradio.com. We're on Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, and you can download or stream our episodes on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, iHeartRadio, Player FM, and all your favorite podcast downloading sites. Or you can just go to the episode page at paddlingadventuresradio.com, and you can stream or download all our episodes there. If you enjoyed the podcast, please share it with friends, family, and fellow paddlers. I want to thank everybody for listening this week. I'm Sean Rowley.
And I'm Derek Specht. We'll see you next time.